Jak 3 was an epic game, and even though Naughty Dog did accomplish the goals that they had for it, I feel like if it had a longer development cycle, they could have added more to it. Jason Rubin mentioned the same thing with the previous game.
A lot of what Jak 2 is what we wanted to do with Jak 1, but just ran out of time.
So I'm going to talk about some of those things. First of all, Kira was barely in the game. Jak is actually displeased with a lot of his friends for not stopping Veigar from banishing him to the Wastelands. Everyone apologizes to Jak because of this, except Kira.
I'm sorry. The Council is too powerful. There was nothing
I know. Listen, I'm sorry we couldn't stop Count Veigar. We all are.
Let me be the first to officially apologize for the city.
And Jak, we're sorry for what happened. We should have stopped Veigar.
I'll stop him myself.
Baxter, Jak, you did it!
So there could be some tension going on between Jak and Kira because of this. Though it is made known that Kira still has feelings for Jak.
Jak's always gotten us through thick and thin. I'm with him.
So it does seem like she still likes him, but Jak could be having some trust issues with her, which is why Jak felt it was okay to snag one with Ashlyn. At first when I saw this, I couldn't believe that Jak would kiss another woman. I thought they were just hugging it out, or Ashlyn was just giving him a kiss on the cheek. But no, apparently Jak actually did go for it. And again, in Jak's defense, Ashlyn is the only one who escorted Jak to the Wastelands, and she was the only one who came to see him. And in Kira's defense, she did ask Ashlyn to give Jak the jetboard.
Kira wanted me to give you this.
And I'm sure Samos wouldn't even allow her to travel to the Wastelands anyways. And she may have been afraid of Jak's dark side at the time, before he acquired Light Eco.
And you're the judge of character? Ha! Look at you. People say you get angry and change.
So she may have not been fully open to Jak yet. I guess they both need to just talk things out, but that would have been really good to see on screen. Now let's talk about the Wasteland. One thing I wanted to see more of was the Golden Order of the Precursor Monks. I was surprised that these guys knew a lot about the Precursors, even down to the color of their fur.
You may carry the color of our creator's animal, but we have plans to save ourselves.
So Seam had a lot of conversations with Veigar behind the scenes, but we don't get to see much of that. And I really would have liked to, because clearly Count Veigar and Seam know a lot about what's going on, but there's not much interactions with them during the game, so that backstory kind of like goes over your head. In the concept art for Jak 3, it looks like there's a city in the Wastelands called Mir City, I'm not sure what it says, but it looks like it's a typo for Mar City, but who knows. It also looks like the monks used to ride these huge dinosaurs in the Wastelands, which would have been cool to see. We know they're good with animals like the Leapers, and they're probably going to need those dinosaurs to protect themselves from the Wastelanders. Also in this concept art, I think it's Spargus City because I see a volcano in the background, and there seems to be a memorial for Crew. Like there's candles and flowers and people are like having a toast in his name, drinking. So that would have been a cool thing to experience. And it also would have been cool to see Jak follow after his father and get the cornrow hairstyle for becoming a member of Spargus City. Just temporarily though, and then he can like get his normal hair back when he returns to Haven City. And now for the main talking point. The Darkmakers and their leadership wasn't really fleshed out. They didn't have much concept art either compared to the other characters. This guy just looks like a miniature precursor robot. These guys were my favorites. This one definitely inspired Stranger Things. This guy, I don't know, he kind of looks like a Scooby-Doo villain. So the Darkmakers were communicating with Cyber Arrow to help him conquer the planet. But Arrow's motivation for destroying the world wasn't really the best, cause it was really Jak that he had issues with. Cyber Arrow in general feels like an amalgamation of what Gull and Maya were supposed to be in Jak 3, and here's an example of that. In the Jak and Daxter concepts, it was revealed that Gull had intentions of becoming a precursor robot, like transferring his mind into a machine, and we can see a little bit of that with his arm. And it goes on to say that Maya was occasionally going into these deep trance and speaking words that weren't her own, receiving information from transcendent entities. So she was pretty much a prophet, kind of like how Arrow was receiving information from the Darkmakers. So Gull and Maya are the perfect fit for this role, not Errol. At first I thought if it were up to me, I wouldn't even have Errol return in Jak 3. I think he served his purpose in Jak 2. However, if we're using Errol was a must, then I think Gul and Maya manipulating Errol and using his hatred towards Jak would have made a lot more sense, like this person's theory suggests. Just imagine the ultimate face-off Jak could have had with Gul and Maya. All three masters of Dark Eco going at it. There could have been this cool dynamic where Gul and Maya were trying to warp Jak's mind and try to get him to join their side because they're all Dark Eco users and they see Jak as a valuable asset. It kind of reminds me of the scene where Sephiroth was trying to get Cloud Strife to join him in his attempts to remake the world.
Cloud, lend me your strength. Let us defy destiny together.
Never.